Oh, yes.
Where's Rachel? Where is she? Where's you, Harvey? Where did you put her? Where did Harvey put Rachel? Hello. Hello. You're watching Nerdish. I lost my shoe. You gotta put your shoe back on. Go with it. Very good. What are we doing here? Well, we do SAT, ACT prep for everyone. Yes, and the question is not where is Rachel, but when. 8 to 9:30 p.m. That's when Rachel is. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Watch it. Just see what it's like. It's for free. All week long. You can ask us questions like where's Rachel, and what you do with Rachel, and where is Harvey Dent. They're both studying for the SAT. It's a very important test if you want to go to college or university. Nice. I should have said university first because it rhymes. Oh, that's Catwoman. That's okay. I think we know Catwoman because we're Batmen. Let's do a problem. Yeah. We did exponents last time. What should we do? Let's factor a quadratic. Okay. Man, when it comes to education, I'm an addict. Oh my god, but not that kind of addict. No, just a quadratic addict. I hope this is factorable. Oh, it's gonna be factorable. Add 6. Okay. 6 is for Rachel. Alright. Let's take out a 2. Let's make it equal to 0. That's a good idea. Okay. So let's factor out 2. X squared minus 2. How much time do we have before Rachel explodes? Ask Harvey. Harvey. Multiply to positive 3, add to negative 2. I don't think that's possible. Oh, shoot. That's okay. Sometimes you can't factor quadratics. And sometimes you can't save Rachel. I was about to say that. I'm so sorry. No, it's good. It shows that we're tight bonded. Like Tight Bond, original wood glue. It has a tight bond. Like me and Levi.
Hey! He's juggling. Look at him. I'm juggling 18 pins. It's a record.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think 17 is the record for rings.
Is it really? How long do they have to hold it for it to be a record?
Very short, because you have to throw it again.
Oh, God.
All right, let me...
We should put that on Instagram.
Okay.
Hello!
Harnar!
Harnar!
How was the SAT? Did you take it again?
Did you take it? How was it? Were you taking it while a kangaroo was eating your dingo?
I thought it was a dingo eats your baby.
Right, no, but this time the kangaroo was eating the dingo.
Right. Hono got her dingo, like... I always picture a dingo as a dog with a pacifier. Do you?
No.
Okay.
That's such delightful randomness. There's no way someone else would also have that image in their mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is a dingo? Hi, I didn't take it.
Nice.
Oh,
How did we?
CB turn. Wait. Ba-da-da-da-da. That's it.
Talk about that stupid bank question. We don't know about it, so talk to us about it.
Walking down the street, CB turtle.
Oh, is the stupid bank question the one that you posted?
Where are you? Take the shell off and eat, right? The CB turtle one.
Yes. I'm sorry.
Take the shell off and eat. No, it's not as violent as it normally is.
Very good. ACT. Oh, you are.
ACT. It takes 2 to dingo. Yes, it does.
Nice, CB turtle.
Couple of dingoes.
Very nice.
Couple of bozos. Yeah, Ring Matthews, not a fan of that bank question. Not a fan. I understand your pain.
I love this question. Matthew?
Ring Matthews. 1 ring to Matthew them all. 1 ring to find the Matthews. You should put it on the board.
Hold up.
What?
Links are spoopy.
that what it says?
It says links are spoopy.
Wow, that really does say
It
links
does
are
say
spoopy.
that.
Is spoopy short for spoop word?
Yes.
Okay,
It
that
is.
makes a lot more sense.
Which was the name that Hono gave to her dingo.
Oh.
What is going on here?
Nice white square.
Dude,
It's
I
more
love
of a
this white
rectangle. I'm not sure it's a square.
what's happening?
We're experiencing technical difficulties. These are difficulties and they're technical.
I don't know why this is happening.
Oh, there you go.
Um,
Window capture.
why don't you talk about it?
Talk about what? The ACT? Or the
No,
SAT?
the question that is here.
Yeah.
Actually, or entertain them. Juggle again. I'm gonna see what I can do about this.
I'm juggling. I'm juggling invisible spheres. And there's a lot of them, so this is very impressive. And you all are very impressed. I'm not really looking at the balls, which is even more impressive. And I can't see them either, because they're invisible. And I also can't feel them, because they're whatever the word would mean that you can't feel something. All right. Yeah, okay, so people who took the SAT, Ring Matthews clearly took the SAT. Ring Matthews is not a fan of that question. Amazing that they let questions get past that are ambiguous like that. I should go look at exactly what the question said. Stay here.
Yes. Which question?
The one that Ring Matthews is not a fan of.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know what Ring Matthews was referencing because it's not the one that is in the Discord.
Right. No, it's the one that's in Discord. Oh, not that. You're right. No. Ring Matthews. Okay, yes. A national bank takes a random sample of 100 customers and they find 75% are satisfied with the bank. A. Is 75% applicable to all bank customers? B. If the bank takes another random sample of 100 customers, will 75% be satisfied with the bank? Okay, well, hold on, Matthew. These are questions. These are not statements. Are you sure that the statement wasn't like A, 75% is applicable to all bank customers? B, if the bank takes another random sample, 75% will be satisfied with the bank? Because, I mean, did they have these worded as questions and then say which statement's true? Because I know you're probably saying this from memory, I think. But if they can't be questions, because then they wouldn't be able to say which statement is true.
Oh, this is the one we talked about,
Yeah.
right, over the last couple days?
Yes. And I tried to argue that it had to do with which bank chain we were talking about, which clearly didn't go over well.
I think that's funny.
I thought it was funny. You know who didn't?
What is wrong with this?
Ring Matthews. Because I was being annoying and not doing my job, and I understand that. Because Levi and I are paid a lot to help you guys out, so we should, take this seriously.
Why?
Yeah. Yeah. Any of you guys have any questions? Or you want to talk about the SAT? They were statements and asked which were true. Got it. Okay. So is 75% applicable to all bank customers? No. A sample hopefully will be close to the actual population percentage, but we cannot apply it to all bank customers and assume that it's true. If they take another random sample, will 75% be satisfied with the bank? I mean, probably not. Yeah, CB Turtle, we'll get to that. I mean, the chances that it's possible that 75% will respond yes again, and they're another random sample, but like doubtful. The probability that it's another exact 75 people is quite small. So I would say that. Oh, you know what? Yeah, Matthew, you're applicable to all bank customers. Right. Saying if it's applicable. So would that mean either it's greater than 10? Okay. But saying that it's applicable, are they asking, can we extrapolate this out to the overall population of bank customers? Or will it be 75% of all bank customers that are satisfied with the bank? I'm not sure applicable is that clear. And I also, the fact that you know AP stats is, I can't imagine like the entire population. I put both. I mean, I still think with B, the chances that it'll be 75 people again are quite slim. I've never seen statistics questions that gauge your level of proficiency. What are you doing?
Having trouble.
You're having trouble. Okay.
Yes.
So like they ask about standard deviation, not to calculate it, but just in general, which list here has a greater standard deviation? If you interview a bunch of people in this part of town, does that apply to everyone else? Like things like that, general statistical questions. Yeah, right. It's essentially maybe. So I can't imagine that they'd require you to know the NP formula. You wrote them an email, right? So, right. If this is exactly the wording of it, yeah, I agree. This is ambiguous. It's possible that 75% will be satisfied with the bank. Is it likely? Probably not. It's more likely that it will be not 75, but probably close to 75. It's not like there's a certain number, like, oh, it's extremely likely it's going to be 72. No, like it's probably going to be close to 75, but chances are it's not going to be exactly 75 again. But again, it's like, but is it applicable to the entire population? I mean, it depends what we mean by applicable. So is that asking that of all bank customers, 75% are satisfied with the bank? Or just that we're allowed to take that percentage and place it over... Right. That's the question, is that what they mean by applicable? And I would say, yes, I would say that it would be applicable to all bank customers. Right, like a random sampling is never going to give you exactly what the number is. That's the point of a sample, is to not have to do all of the work to talk to everyone, because it's too much time and resources to do that. So I would say that A is probably true. But with B, it's like, will 75% be satisfied with the bank? Yeah, maybe. Chances are probably not. So I'm with you here, Matthews. I think it'll be interesting when you get the... Is this one where they're going to give you the questions and answers back?
No.
It's not. Yeah. I'm interested to see what they email you back with, Ring Matthews. Yeah, let us know. Keep us updated. Keep us posted. Keep us in the loop. So while we're in the loop, make sure that we're posted and updated. I'll be able to see if it's a minute or not. That's right. I think didn't they change the answer, or they omitted a question to a previous SAT recently? Or you're working hard here.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, they respond to email. But you should look at the address of, some of the prominent SAT College Board officials and just kind of, knock on their door, or, leave a little gift there or something. I don't know. No, don't do that. That's right. You're right. It was 10 to 15. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I heard about. They changed to include decimals. Okay, that's good. That's good. All right, very interesting. Levi, do you want to just...
We can't do the window capture.
All right, so for today, we won't.
Yeah.
That used to be our situation. CB Turtle had a question. CB Turtle, how long ago did you ask this question? And also, oh, I see. Oh, offering authentic emotions. CB Turtle, that's the one, offering authentic emotions. Because if that is the one, I will start writing it on the board. If CB Turtle is still here. Yeah, that one. Got it. Okay. I find date. We're good. Wasn't that far back.
Oh. This one? Yeah, okay, maybe this will work.
Yeah? Oh,
It's a different thing.
okay. What is it?
It's display capture instead of window capture.
Can you pull up CB Turtle's question?
Yeah.
Okay. Fantastic. Can I?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Seeing that you're the one at the computer,
Right.
probably not.
Where is it?
It's in questions for stream, a couple questions back. It's a little strip that looks like this. You're gonna get there. Right, pass it. Great. Well, you should crop it, make it big and stuff.
I didn't realize.
Woo. Here we go. He's gonna make it big.
It might not.
Oh, it'll be fine. There we go.
So fine.
Yeah. All right. Offering authentic emotions to which the audience could relate, conveyed through the medium of dance. That is not a sentence, which is why no change is not correct. Here is the thing. The offering sounds like a verb. If it is a verb, what's the subject? If you said, Levi is offering authentic emotions, then we're good. You can use ing verbs as a noun, which would be called gerunds. So you could say something like running is fun, in which case the action of running is the subject. You're really going for it, aren't you?
Because we got these weird things down here.
Well, that's part of the aging process for the board. It's a good thing.
It doesn't make any sense.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So there's no real verb here. Offering authentic emotions to which the audience can relate is a good idea for plays. That would be fine. There's no real verb here, so that is the problem. Okay. Now, let's try the next one. The performance of authentic emotions to which the audience could relate, conveyed through the medium of dance. Again, not a verb here to look at, which is why this is not a sentence. I think it's easier also, let's take out the to which the audience can relate, because that is not going to help us understand the flow of the sentence.
To which Twitch the audience can relate.
Stream, nerdish. Right.
They ask us to.
So we could say
act for them.
offering authentic emotions conveyed through the medium of dance. Also, that's not a sentence. The performance of authentic emotions conveyed through the medium of dance. Also not a sentence. Here were authentic emotions conveyed through the medium of dance. That's it right there. This was authentic emotions. No. Here's why. Authentic emotions is plural. When we start a sentence out with there is a woman, or here is a pocket watch, the verb has to match the noun afterward. So we wouldn't say this was authentic emotions, because was is supposed to be for a singular noun. We would not say authentic emotions was this. We would say authentic emotions were. Hence it is here were authentic emotions. In which case the verb is were. I'm not up to date if the noun or the subject would be authentic emotions or the word here. Levi, do you know the answer to that?
Sorry, who?
So the sentence would be here were authentic emotions.
Yeah.
Is the subject the word here or is it authentic emotions? Because the verb has to match authentic emotions.
So here is. Yeah, I think it would be authentic emotions.
Right, because that's what the verb has to match.
Yeah, it's an idiomatic reversal, because you would say the authentic emotions were here.
You're an idiomatic reversal.
This is like, excuse me?
I said...
Excuse me?
I said I really like the way that you do everything in your life. See how we avoided that conflict? You just...
Like, here there be monsters. I don't know what that's from, but here there be monsters.
Yes, there is a woman.
Right. When you say there is and there are, there is not changing. But you can say there is, there are, because there is not the subject doing that verb.
CB Turtle, what are your thoughts? That make sense? Do you feel like a more informed turtle? How is your shell? That makes sense. Thanks.
Woo! Nice.
Yes.
Okay, let's do...
Ring Matthews also put a question in general. Oh, I bet you want to do this.
Oh gosh, I want to do this
Dude,
so bad.
this is going to be yours. Gonna rock it this Saturday. Shell is doing great. Good. Is it a red turtle shell that actually, tracks your enemies, or is it a green one that just goes in a straight line? That's my question. Or is it a spiky one that goes up to the winner and makes sure to pull them back a notch?
The blue shell?
Be right. Be right. Bright. Go ahead.
Be right. Oh, get it. Yes, I understand. B is the correct answer. I could tell you, but I would have to kill you. That's what CB Turtle said to you. Nice. Okay. So, you like B, that means A has to be wrong. A is certainly wrong because we have some students' ACT scores are higher than other students. What are the things that we're comparing? We have to compare the same parts of speech, and we have to compare the closest examples of those. So in this case, we have than other students. So we're comparing other students to the closest noun, which would be scores. So we are saying that some students' ACT scores are higher than other students. So literally the scores are above the other students. That doesn't work, right? We want to compare, in our heads, we obviously are comparing the scores to the scores. So we need to have that relationship actually shown. So A is no good. You like B, let's skip it. Let's do C. Some students' ACT scores are higher than other students. How do you feel about C? Tell me how you feel about C, Ring Matthews, and anybody else who's interested in telling me about how they feel about anything. And then D, some students' ACT scores are higher, while other students are higher. That's hilarious. Obviously, it's wrong, but that's really funny. Did you hear? So funny. I really like that wrong answer.
This is very funny.
Comparing scores to scores and students to students. Careful. You are comparing the scores in both. But C is correct. C is the right answer. The ACT scores is implied in the second part of C. We have some students scores are higher than. Then we have those scores of other. Oh, okay. Actually, this is simpler than I thought it was. So we have this one, or we have C, this is B, C, then other students. I have a problem with this right there. That is an apostrophe, and it has no place. Apostrophes are ownership, right? The thing that you own has to come immediately after the apostrophe, or it's implied. Also, there should be an apostrophe here. Okay. Yes. So C is implying the word students, score. It's implying the word scores. Right there. Ignore the period. That is implied. It's also implied here, but then it would be redundant because it's here. It's the scores of students, right? I'm going to use a new marker.
Don't do it.
Nope, this is not a new marker. Ooh. Wait, is this a new marker?
Levi.
The hat.
Levi.
Yes.
Do you like jelly?
No, I don't like jelly, actually.
Do you like jam?
No, I don't really. I like jam sometimes.
Do you like preserves?
I like preserves.
Levi,
Yes, Bird.
I like you.
Thanks, Bird.
I'd like to keep you someday.
Okay, Bird. You're scaring me.
Oh.
There we go. Back to your normal bird self. So, the problem is if we say the hat of the man, we're allowed to say that. We can also say I'm sorry about the squeak, the man's hat. Both of these show ownership. The hat of the owner or the owner's hat. This does both simultaneously, and you can't do that. That would be saying the hat of the man's. And that doesn't work. So you don't want that extra apostrophe there because it's implying scores. We already have it right there, so it would be redundant. If there was no apostrophe, this would be okay, although I don't like those scores. I would say the scores of other students. I think that might also be a bit problematic, but we don't want that extra apostrophe there. This we do. This is comparing the ACT, the first part of the sentence. Some students' scores, so we're comparing this students' scores to students' implied scores. We're not, and we could do it to student scores to the scores of students. That would be fine, or other students. But this is those scores of other students' scores. Does this make sense? You can only do one of these. You cannot do both. I have a feeling that is annoying to you. Sure. Yes, that is. Seems like a Ring Matthews saying, fine, whatever. It also smells that way. Do you have any follow-up questions on this? The hat of the man's forehead. Sure. That's perfect. Matthew, you got it. You have a very strong grasp on how to understand things and be a doofus at the same time. It's perfect.
Doofus.
Doof word.
There you go.
Yeah?
Doof word.
What's the point of
Doof
this?
word.
Hey, Bird.
Hey, Levi. Is it a gift?
It's a gift.
For me?
Well, partially.
A gift for me?
I get the rule, just new to me, so weird to accept, I guess. Yeah. I'm not judging you for your dislike of it. Okay, I want these. Do you want those?
Yeah.
We'll get more markers.
I want to just test all the markers.
No,
Why?
it's not good. Okay, do we have other questions? Where's the darn mouse, Bird?
It's okay. Wait, is that the new one or is this the new one? They're both new. Oh, fantastic. They have two green ones and they're both
Studio
great.
tour? Definitely not.
That's no, definitely not. It wouldn't be possible, trust me.
Have we had that conversation about how, like, Ollivander is not a very busy man
During most of the year.
during most of the year?
Well, he's getting ready for the beginning of the year again.
Oh, okay.
I think he's making
Oh yeah,
ones.
we did. We talked about him
Well,
practicing his line to
yeah,
Harry.
yes. He's making wands throughout the year, right? Or does he have an abundance of wands that he's already made? That he's
He has
just
so
like-
many. Does he need to keep making them?
Well, it
Oh, they have a
depends.
shelf life.
Maybe, okay, the chance that a particular wand would work for you is quite small. So, like, maybe he sells 200 wands every year. But in order to make sure that he's able to sell that much, he has to have 1,000 because only certain wands work for certain people. So, like, that particular group of people, you know, in order to ensure, like, if he made 200 wands for 200 people, the chances that everyone would match 1-to-1 is impossible. He's not just trying to get rid of wands. He's got to find the right match for everyone. Does that make sense? Yeah?
Why not? Free my lord.
Get out of here.
Right. Yes, my lord.
All right.
Anything else from the SAT this past weekend that was exciting or not?
How did you guys find us? You guys find us on Reddit? Well, you guys find us on the ACT SAT Discord? Do you hear about us from some Facebook ad or Instagram ad or just, you know, like what? Or are you one of our dads? He can't even text, can he? On this.
No.
He's
yeah,
not a
no.
message. All right, then, you know, we won't even get a response.
They had one question talking about the concept of increasing sample size decreases the margin of error.
Absolutely.
Yes. Interesting that they had that.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
Bird.
Can you put this away? Put
Is this a new one?
No. Nice. There we go. That's great. That's great.
Does that make sense? Do you understand why it would decrease the margin of error?
Oh, Ring
You
Matthews is an
probably
AP
do.
stats. If anyone
Oh,
understands.
is he?
App stats. Yeah. Levi, let's do some fun. Can we get an ACT science section on
Dude,
the
I
board?
love doing fun. Yeah, let's do. Which one do you want to do?
Oh man, which one do I want to do? Give me something fresh. Give me something cool. Something the kids will like. 2a plus 3b divided by 6a plus 9b simplifies to 1/3. Yeah.
Does it? Oh. Division.
How? Well, we can take a 3 out of both of these things. In which case we get 2a plus 3b. Right there. That's it right there. Cross these out on the top and bottom. It looks like you multiplied everything on the top by 3. What do you mean? Oh. Yeah, no. You factor out a 3 from the bottom. We're not just taking the top and putting it down here and multiplying it by 3. It just so happens that when we factor out a 3, we get something that matches the top, which allows us to cross out the top and bottom, giving us 1/3. If you had the same thing on the top and the bottom, you crossed out. So this is like saying, x over 3x. If you, divide both top and bottom by x, then they cancel themselves out. But you don't get 0 on the top. You get what was there, but just invisibly waiting for it to take its spot on the stage in the spotlight, which is 1/3. Yes. Ring Matthews, does that make sense? No, definitely not. Yeah, that's what I put. Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah, you're good. You're good. Give me the good one, Levi. You know what I'm talking about. Good. Here we go. Yes.
Oh no, how do you feel about the science section on the ACT?
Yeah, who else is taking the ACT? And how'd you guys hear about us? We're trying to get more people. Not a lot of people watching us.
Yep.
We'd like more, please.
My lord.
My lord.
My lord.
My lord word.
My lord word.
My lord word. Why not pretty, my lord?
Is it because we don't do enough inhale talking? Because we can do more. Is that what?
I doubt
Why
it.
we're not catching on like wildfire? Maybe we have to just interlace our streaming with like ridiculous pranks on each other.
I don't recognize this test.
Oh, it's an oldie but a goodie.
Is it? You know it?
I don't know.
Awesome.
Do you want to get something more recent? Where did you go for these tests? I've done 66F.
Oh, this is what I wanted. That's what I wanted.
Oh, that's a recent one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, jeez. Okay. Hono, you still watching? We're going to go over the science section. It goes from 2003 to 2007. Is that 4 years or 5 years? It depends. Are we talking about the beginning of 2003 to the beginning of 2007? In which case, you don't really count 2007. You have 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006, which is 4 years.
It
But if
depends
you're
on the
going
question.
From the beginning of 2003 to the end of 2007, that is 5 years.
It depends on how they ask the question. If they say how many years have passed, it's 4. The change in years is 4. But if you have data points at each year, then you have 5 data points.
How many years have passed since the beginning?
Why not 3, my lord?
3 it is. Take the amount of time there's been, divide it into 3, call those units, 3 of those units.
Trace.
Bum,
Which
bum.
means 3.
Bum, 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 bum.
Rate of change. Well, if you know the distance or something that you've gone over those years, then, and if you do the difference of those distances and then divided by 4, yeah, that would make sense. Depends on the question. Seems like Hono's not here. That's what I would.
Seems like it's just 2 tutors for Ring Matthews.
Which is the way we like it.
Yes.
Does anybody want science? Because otherwise we won't do it.
Yeah. Does anyone want anything? Otherwise, we won't do anything.
People don't want anything these days.
Well, the ACT SAT season is coming to a close, but we still have the ACT coming up, and that's important to the people taking it, but not to other people. Such a stupid face. What? Neudisch Moich. Yeah, we'll get you Neudisch Moich.
Oh, we'll get it. You know where?
Ring
right in the
Matthews.
kisser.
Ring Matthews.
Toss you notice much.
We gotta get
There
more
you
people
go.
watching our stream. If that happens, we will absolutely look into selling Neudisch Moich. So it's up to you, man. We're hopeless semi-adults who can't do anything. This is all we can do is just stream.
Yep.
We don't know how to market ourselves. We don't know how to get the word out.
We've tried.
Not well. We tried before.
Yeah, we haven't
There
tried.
are things we haven't really tried.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it good though?
That we haven't tried?
Yeah, that we gave up.
Well, it depends on what you value. If you value perseverance, it's not good. If you
Okay.
value,
I value helping more students.
right, then it's not good.
Oh, it's also not good.
Right,
Okay.
right,
Because
yeah.
any scenario in which this is good. Oh,
Yeah.
wasting our time.
Our time and money, yes, then it's
Right.
very good. It's very good.
Awesome.
I want Neudisch Moich. Hey, who am I? I want Neudisch Moich.
You Ring Matthews.
Exactly.
I know a Ring Matthews when I see one.
It's a good high five.
I was.
Whew. Oh, there was this one question. Oh, yeah? I'm getting excited.
Where was it?
Yeah. Yeah?
Did you
You,
see it on
uh,
your way home from school?
You get that question's phone number? Huh?
Huh? Gonna go on a little datesy
Oh,
poo.
okay.
2 plus I.
100. I to the 100A. Oh, I see what's going on. Wait, is it the same thing on top and bottom?
Is that multiplied together or is that divided? And should it be plus and then minus in the other thing? So they're multiplied, not divided by.
Oh,
There's no difference.
I see.
Is
Okay.
it plus in one and then minus in the other? Or no? What is the value of A
I think it was plus for both. Okay. All right, so let's FOIL.
if A is a positive constant?
So we're going to get 4 plus 2.
Oh, it was minus.
Oh,
That
jeez.
makes sense.
Okay.
I would
All
think
right.
it's minus.
Then we have the difference of squares pattern. If we have a plus b times a minus b,
I'll write that out.
we get a squared minus b squared. So this is going to be 2 squared. I'm going to use a new marker. Let's use one of the good ones. 2 squared minus I to the 100a. No! I combined 100 with a. Squared.
Why not 3 million?
Very good. 4
Yes,
minus. We would multiply the exponents together to get I to the 200a. And you told us that a was a positive constant. Okay. I'm going to guess it's a positive integer because what we can do here is I taken to some power that is a multiple of 4. Can always be simplified to 1. So I to the 100, for instance, is going to be the same thing as I to the 4th, taken to the 25th power. And the advantage of doing that is I to the 4th power is equal to 1. So this would be 1 to the 25th, which would just be equal to 1. So if a is a positive integer, then 200 times a is guaranteed to give us a multiple of 4, because 200 itself is a multiple of 4. So I could break this up like this, if I so desired. Four minus I to the 4th to the 50a. You multiply these, you get 200a. Same thing. In which case, this right here would be 1. And whatever you take 1 to, whatever power you raise 1 to, it still stays 1. So 4 minus 1 would give us 3. I said 3. Yeah, Ring Matthews. I would also have said 3 had I been you in this particular situation.
That's a tough question.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so Ring Matthews approached it a slightly different way. So you broke it down into I squared rather than I to the 4th. Yeah, which will, if you take it to a even number, which you will, because 100's even times whatever will give you 100. Very, very true.
Well, also, if you have 200a and a is a positive constant, 4 is already a factor, so it's it's going to be 1.
Correct.
Dude, did you tell him that?
I did that. I pulled a 4 out of the 200a.
Got it.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
Right. Yeah. Big time. Big time. See that? Perfect. We love that.
It's so good. So, Ring Matthews, are you done with the SAT now, or what's the deal?
What would you say
Your
you're
deal
doing
is
here? Why? Oh, good question.
Oh, we'll tell you simultaneously.
Yes, we will.
Make it much harder to figure out at that point.
Very good.
So, let's just, we know I is I, right? And we know because it is the square root of -1. Bird, keep going.
I need space.
Okay.
I need it. I'm just going to leave it all screwed up over here for you.
Why, my lord?
Very good. Very good.
Cool.
Yes.
Bird, I want to do this together.
All right, hold on.
Well, not together. I mean simultaneously. Not
Yeah,
together.
okay. We have to say the same thing at the same time?
We can say other things. No, I don't want to say the same thing.
Oh. You just want to we would want to talk at the same time?
Yes.
All right.
This
Let's
way,
do
Ring
it.
Matthews can learn it 2 different ways simultaneously.
Okay.
So
the
we know
first
I is
power
I.
is equal
right?
to
I to the second
Anything to the
power
first power is
because
itself.
the square root of -1
I
is I.
squared would
If
give
we
us
square it,
-1.
right? We have
I cubed
that.
would be -1.
There we go. We
times
square
an
both
additional
sides. Those
I,
cancel.
which
That'll
would
be
give us
just
negative
oh,
I.
that's wrong.
I to the fourth would
So
be I cubed.
and I to the fourth
times I,
is
which would
gonna
be what
1.
we had before, which
I
is
cubed
-I
is negative
times
I. We know
I.
that this
That's
was
gonna
going
give
to
us
be
negative times
-1
-1,
because
which is
we know that
positive
I
1.
to the fourth
As soon as we get
is
to
I
I to the fifth,
squared times
we have
I
I to the
squared by our
fourth times
exponent
I,
rules, and we
which
know
is
that
1
I squared is
times I,
-1,
which is
so
just
-1 times -1
So it's a cycle.
is 1.
It keeps going.
And then it keeps going.
I,
It's a
negative
cycle.
1,
it keeps
negative
going.
I,
negative 1, negative I, 1. Comma fanboys, for and nor, but or yet so.
For and nor, but or yet so for and
nor.
Alta ipsum. It's a program,
Yeah.
an application,
Yes, on your phone,
software,
on your laptop,
on your hardware,
on your software.
your mediumware.
Yes.
It lets you track your grades, set goals, make schedules with your activities
You
and
can do
your
all
studies.
of those all at once.
Yes. It's basically like a personal assistant that keeps everything that you have to do all in the same place, ready for you to just ask it, what do I
Yes.
do? What do I do? And it tells you what to do.
Yeah.
So stop worrying in your head all the time about all the things you have to do. Put it in the app. The app will organize it for you. Hey, Hono! Oh, now you pay attention because we're, talking about an ad. Yeah, Hono. How do you think we make our billions and billions of fractions of cents doing this? By talking about ads.
Yes.
No, Alta Ipsum, though, is a very, very well-conceived program.
Yes, it's a very well-oiled machine.
Yes.
But
It's
don't
the real...
drop it. Like, you need to be very careful. You need to wear gloves when you use it, because
If you
otherwise
drop
you'll just
it,
slip.
the battery pack will open. The batteries will shoot out everywhere.
And you will die immediately, but very painfully.
Extremely
Yes,
painfully.
Alta Ipsum is an extremely dangerous application. That's why it's taken so long
to develop.
Because they started it around the same time that the Cold War ended.
With radiation,
Right.
poisoning.
At the site of where the River Styx forked.
Right.
Okay. Hey, Hono, we were going to do something. Oh, do you want to do ACT Science? How do you feel about ACT Science?
Yeah, Hono, you worried at all? You got a strategy? You lack a strategy?
Are you nervous? Because if you're not, something's wrong.
With your soul.
Right, I thought you were going to go, let's make it better, and you made it significantly worse.
Got it. I'm walking in blind. Hono, you ever taken the ACT? Like official or a practice? You ever seen a science section? Do you know what you're getting yourself into?
Yes.
Do you have a parachute in case you fall out of the plane? All right, we got to show you.
Oh my gosh, we're going to show you.
Oh my gosh, Hono, you are in the right place at the wrong time.
Yep.
Because
You've made a huge mistake.
Massive mistake. Oh no, the science section is not really a science section.
Right.
It's not testing your previous science knowledge. It's testing your ability to understand charts, graphs, tables, data, things like that. So it gives you information in the form of these passages. Each passage has data from an experiment, etc., and there's questions about it. So you might think, oh, let's read everything here, understand what's going on in this experiment, and then let's answer the questions. No, you will never finish that way. So it turns out
You always try to do that? Don't try to do that.
Don't even try. They always give you way more information than you need. And as it turns out, you should go directly to the questions because they're worded in such a way that they will guide you. They'll hold your hand to where you need to look in the passage for the information.
It'll be beautiful.
It will be beautiful. All right?
So beautiful.
Is passage 1 conflicting viewpoints?
Is it?
I don't know.
No, it's a bad one. I don't like this one. Do you? I mean, we can. It's the genetics one, but I think it's really confusing.
Oh yeah, we probably should get into genetics. Yeah. Yeah, there's a couple of things, a couple of pieces of outside knowledge.
Here, you wanna just do your thing?
Now wait, this is the one that you picked.
This is your thing. No, I'm saying that you can. We can talk about passage types and then.
Oh,
I don't know what you want to do.
Yeah, but then you're gonna do this one.
I don't want to do it.
Oh, okay, I'll do
I want
it.
you to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you want like a? Here, I'll give you an encouraging shoulder.
Hey, thank you.
A little
Thank
bit
you.
of
Thank
shape.
you.
Fatherly, very fatherly.
Very fatherly.
Oh, gosh, so fatherly.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, see, leave word.
Yes.
I was hoping it'd be one that I've already seen before. I don't think I've seen this one before.
This
Not
is
that it's a problem.
This is ACT number 2
ACT number 2.
in the book.
Which book?
The main prep. Why don't you just go back a screen? You can pick of those that are there.
Okay. This whole book thing that's new to me.
Oh.
I don't know what a book really is. Here, 66F, that's one I've done. Actually, 67A is even better. What about this one? What is that? When is this from? Did I just choose the exact same one? Oh, jeez. Oh, this is a disaster word. Have I seen this one? No, I have not. Hono, don't leave. Don't leave, Hono. You don't want to do it. Yes, I've seen this one. All right, is what we're doing. All right, just give me a second. When I was young, I went into this math camp that had this really weird math problem that stuck with me forever. Ring Matthews, you have not been alive forever, therefore you don't know if it's really forever or not. But, you know, it was like being divisible by 37. Why? Are you sure it was exactly those numbers? We can talk about it. All right, Hono. Hono. Just give us a little hello to make sure that you're still with us. I'm guessing that you are. Honeward. Yes, okay. All right, this is passage 1. Got a picture of some kind of a squirrel type situation and then a bunch of graphs, all right? Skip them, we'll come back. Let's look at number 1. Number 1. Let me blow this up for us, one sec. Full screen. All right, number 1. Based on figure 1, on average, where was the brightest surface soil found? Great. Very first thing we see is based on figure, sorry, did I say 1? Based on figure 2 on average. So right there, we got to go to figure 2. Let's take a look at figure 2, what's going on there. Oh, here it is. Figure 2 is right here. That's figure 2. And they're asking, on average, where was the brightest surface soil found? So on figure 2, the x-axis tells us the inland distance in kilometers, cool, and on the y-axis it says average % relative reflectance. So if they're asking us where the brightest soil was found, the brightness is not given to us by how far in, the brightness is given to us by the average % reflectance. You know, you'd associate reflectance with brightness, at least it's way more of an association than the inland distance. So where was the brightest found? Where's the highest high value? The highest, oh my gosh, where's the highest y value is what they're asking, which in this case is up here. So what's the x value here? It's 0. Let's see if 0 is an option. We have at the coastal site, 50 kilometers inland, 100 kilometers inland, 100, okay. So clearly, if we're going inland, we must be going inland from a coast. So 0 must be directly at the coast itself. So right there at the coastal site, that's where the brightest surface soil will be found, okay? I don't really know what this passage is about yet, but so far, I haven't had to really look at anything, okay? As far as the original paragraphs, the information. We will have to sometimes, but it's going to be when we need to define certain terms or understand certain relationships that we just cannot guess or understand from the graphs. All right, number 2. According to figure 1, the average relative brightness of the dorsal stripe was 0.25 at an inland distance that was closest to which of the following? So we have, according to figure 1, average relative brightness of dorsal was 0.25. Let's look at figure 1. All right, figure 1's a lot of stuff. We got 4 graphs here. All right, the difference between the 4 graphs, one of them is the rostrum, one of them is the dorsal stripe. That looks good. One of them is the cheek, and one of them is the ventrum. So this question in particular was about the dorsal stripe, so we want to look at that top right graph. And it's asking what again? It's asking the average relative brightness of the dorsal stripe was 0.25 at which inland distance? So we go back to the dorsal stripe. 0.25 is right here. That's the average relative brightness. So if we find where that intersects with the actual line, we're around 60-ish, 60 kilometers inland. So we will see if that is an option, which it is, okay? Now, it's kind of annoying that I keep having to scroll up and down. So if you... the advantage to actually doing this on paper is that this isn't a booklet where you have the passage on one side and the questions on the other. So all you have to do is just tilt your head back and forth. You don't have to scroll up and down, which is a little annoying for me doing it right now. It'll be easier for you. All right, that's number 2. Number 3. According to figure 1, the greatest change in the average relative brightness of the fur on the rostrum occurred between which of the following inland distances? So we already know, Honomero, how long is ACT? It's about 3 hours. It's a little bit over 3 hours. It's 4 sections: English, math, reading, and science. English is 45 minutes, math is 60 minutes, you get a 10-minute break, reading is 35 minutes, and science is also 35 minutes, and then you're done, unless you're going to take the optional essay. The science one is 35 minutes, and it's 40 questions. So you have to really move at a fast clip here. A little bit less than a minute per question to get this. So according to figure 1, greatest change in the average relative brightness of the fur on the rostrum. All right, so we're going to figure 1, and this time we're going to talk about the rostrum. So they're asking where was the greatest change in brightness, and we see that it changes pretty drastically from 1 to, let's see, we're going from 0 to around, it looks like 80, but they're going to give us some ranges we're going to look at. Here, I can actually have them both on the screen. So from 0 to 25, which is from here to here, it's that first diagonal strip right there. So that is a pretty big change. From 25 to 50, we're going from right here to right here. The slope is not as steep. Steepness is the rate of change. The slope is the rate of change. If our slope isn't as steep, it's not changing as drastically in that amount of time. So far, our winner is still 0 to 25. 50 to 75 is from here down to around here, which is, wow, that is steep. That is steeper than the first segment, so this looks like it might be the winner. Then we have 100 to 125, which is like barely any change whatsoever. So 50 to 75 will be our answer. All right. As you can tell, I still haven't looked at the original passage of the stuff at the top. All of this stuff. Okay. So we're good so far. You will have to sometimes, but at least not yet. Number 4, based on figure 1 on average, was the fur pigmentation on the ventrum lighter or darker 150 kilometers inland than it was at the coastal site? Okay. Here is where things get a little tricky. They're going to ask you comparison questions. And comparison questions are not hard, but keeping everything in order of the way that they're asking it is tricky because you can get switched up pretty quickly, okay? So for instance, let's say that you had an older brother, which in case I do, and your older brother is 3 years older. If I ask you the question, the age difference between you and your older brother is that your older brother is what? You would say, oh, he's 3 years older. But if I said the age difference between you and your older brother is that you are what? You would have said, I'm 3 years younger. So it's the same piece of information, but given from 2 different perspectives. Hey, Nerdish, watching your stream helped me get a perfect 36 on my ACT. What? Daniel P. 375, you remember that?
No.
Daniel P? Daniel P, that's incredible. That's really, really top-notch stuff. That is, you can't do better than that. Come on up. Come on up, Leave.
Are you sure you didn't misread that? Like you could have gotten a 63 on like a test in school?
That you just happen to think was your ACT.
There's also a possibility.
Daniel P. Did Daniel P. ask us questions?
Don't remember.
Daniel P. Look at you, man. We're trying to remember when exactly were you watching us?
Did you ask us?
Oh, he's a lurker.
Lurker.
That's our favorite kind of
Maybe
students.
Daniel P is my dad.
You think so?
'Cause my dad
he finally
lurks.
figured out how to.
Yeah, my dad figured out how to go back to high school.
Daniel P. Way to be, Daniel P.
That's cool.
Look at thee, Daniel P. Makes me want to say we.
Ace the ACT.
Yeah. You got a stream lurker.
That was pretty hip hop, dude.
Yeah, Daniel P. Can we use what you just said as like a little testimonial, or are
Yeah.
you like really uncomfortable because it's very personal?
Yeah.
We'd understand.
We need to know your last name and social security number though, so we could use the quote.
Yeah, we'll just put it underneath. Daniel P. Social Security.
Sure, go ahead. Go.
Thank you. All right, so we'll go ahead and get that Social Security from him.
Yeah, just
Um,
you can put it on our Discord.
Well, Daniel
so that
P.
fewer people see it.
If you like our stream, you should not tell anyone about it.
Yeah. Also, have kids as soon as possible, and then raise them as soon as possible, and then we can tutor them here.
Yeah, that's got to be it.
Yeah.
That's got to be it. Wow, 36.
That's pretty cool though. Good.
Ring Matthews. Oh, jeez.
What a doofus.
What are we gonna do with Ring Matthews?
Oh, we're gonna.
Oh, keep talking about the science section.
Well, actually, I'm gonna answer Ring Matthews' question.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Oh no, we'll come back to this, but you can see what's going on. It's not always going to be as easy as this passage. There will be some difficult questions. There is some outside knowledge that we should talk about that you should know, which we will in a little bit. Go ahead, leave.
Okay, so I think the question is just how many times does 37 go into 111,111? I thought at first it was, is that a factor of 111,111? It was like, which of these is divisible by, or which of these is
A factor.
a factor? Okay, so I just wanted to see how big we can make 37 and see if it tells us anything, and it does. 3 times 37 is 111. So 111,000 would be 300. Oh my gosh, it'd be 3,000 times that. So all of this is wrong. Of course. So, wow, this marker got so much better. So if 37 goes into 111 3 times, then it goes into 111,000 3,000 times, and then it goes into both of them. You just basically just add these two. You add these two together, and that'll give you that you have to do 3 times 37, and then you have to add 3,000 times 37. Factor out your 37. You're going to be multiplying 37 by 3,003. Do you have any questions on that? Does that make sense? It was kind of cool. It worked out a little bit better than I expected it to, which wasn't super exciting, but yeah, makes sense. You make sense. No, LOL. I don't know what that was for. Oh. Okay, Bird. Wait, where's Hono? Hono, where are you? Why do I have allergies in this room?
Because you're allergic to streams.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I haven't rubbed my eyes like that in a long time. You're still here. Okay. So, did you gave Hono the spiel about the ACT science section? Is there anything else you want to
Yeah,
tell
there's a
Hono?
couple other things. Oh no, there's a couple things here. There is going to be one passage that is different from the rest. Okay? As you can see, we got a bunch of charts and graphs in this one. Fantastic. Next passage, we got some graphs, some tables, same situation. Then we get to this. It's all text.
What?
We got scientist 1, scientist 2, scientist 3. All right. This is called the conflicting viewpoints section. It's where there's some phenomenon that's first explained up here. They give you the facts. And then there's these scientists, sometimes they're students, that go back and forth, not really go back and forth, but they each give their own hypothesis for what's going on. And it's not like they want you to choose which one's right. That's not the point. You're supposed to just understand their hypotheses and answer questions about their hypotheses. Okay? Now, for most students, this one takes the longest because this isn't just going to a chart, finding a data point, and recording it. This is understanding what they're saying. I would recommend that you leave this one last. There's always one conflicting viewpoint section. It's always randomly placed. I'd recommend until you leave it to the last, okay? And because if you run out of time here, you want to have done the questions that are the quickest for you. You don't want to spend more time on any one particular question because they're all 1 point, which is why leaving this to the end is a good idea. Let's say you do get to this one. The best way to spend your time, read the introduction and then read the topic sentence of each of the scientist paragraphs, okay? Then start the questions. By reading the basic premise of each scientist's viewpoint, you're at a good place to start reading the questions, and then also they'll ask you about details, so you'll have to jump back in, but at least you'll know where to start, okay? It's just we want to keep you from putting too much time into reading information that you might not need, all right? There's a lot of jargon in this one that you might not need to understand, okay? The other thing you got to know, all right, so you've done all the passages, we come back to the conflicting viewpoints, is a little bit of outside science knowledge. So I will go over that right now. Something that they expect you to know is the pH scale, all right? The pH scale, which I'll quickly run through, tells you how acidic or basic something is. The scale is from 0 to 14, with the middle being 7, all right? The way that I remember which side's acidic, which side is basic, A comes before B in the alphabet. The earlier numbers are acids. The later numbers are bases. 7 is neither an acid nor a base. It is neutral. And a famous liquid that is neutral is water. Water's neutral, all right? What acids and bases actually are, there's a chemistry definition releasing hydrogen ions versus hydroxide ions. It's not important. You just have to remember this situation right here. The closer you are to 0, the more acidic you are. The closer you are to 14, the more basic you are. The other thing you need to understand is the temperature scale, specifically the Celsius temperature scale. Fahrenheit is an awful scale, so science uses the Celsius temperature scale, all right? Which goes all the way back to the beginning. Good evening. Just want to know if you can help me in Algebra 2. Chemist, 1902. We absolutely can. We absolutely can. We do ACT, SAT prep, but Algebra 2 stuff is on those tests, so if these are skills that might show up on those tests, we absolutely will help you out on that, okay? Hono, freezing point of water, 0 degrees. This is Celsius, all right? It's fantastic that it's 0 degrees because that is exactly what you'd want to use as your freezing point if you were going to make your own system. Boiling point of water is 100 degrees, all right? So that's boiling, and then 0 is freezing. And that's all of water. Okay, chemist, you should sign up on our Discord, which you can find below, and then you can send us pictures of the questions you're having trouble with. And we can post them up here and then actually do them on our board. Or if they're more general concept questions, you can just message us right here in this little chat box. But if they're pictures of things, I think that'll help everyone understand too, because then they can all see what you're asking about. Yeah, Hono, last thing I would say, print out a science section. There's plenty of them on the internet. Do one, time yourself. See how fast you got to move through it to finish. You get 35 minutes, you got 40 questions. You want to not go into this without any idea of how fast you have to move, because otherwise you'll be blindsided by how little time you actually have. Very good. Chemist, talk to us. Talk to us, chemist. Let's look at our Discord. The Discord, my lord. Okay. How much and how frequent is the private tutoring? See, now I'm terrified for it, but I still probably won't study. You should study. Just look at a science section once. Trust me, it'll put you in a lot better of a place. Ring Matthews. We tutor, it depends. During the school year, typically for each student, if it's SAT or ACT, once a week, maybe more if the student has time for that. But typically it's like 90-minute sessions once a week. During the summer, there's plenty more time, and so you can actually do the whole shebang quite quickly. Ring Matthews, you should private message us, and we can tell you more. Quadratic concepts. Yes.
Yeah.
We can talk quadratics. Absolutely.
Conceptually only, though.
Are you asking about, like, conceptually only? You're asking about how to graph them, how to factor them, what the discriminant is, what the vertex is.
What they like to eat.
Complex numbers using the quadratic formula, completing the square. I
How
mean,
they
what
smell.
do you want to know? You got homework tonight? You want to take pictures of your homework, or is there just a lot of things you want us to talk about? We go till 9:30 Eastern time, so what do we have still, like 20 minutes?
Oh, we got more than 20 minutes.
Really?
We have 26.
24.
No, it's my watch is fast.
Why is your watch fast?
It works out.
Your watch works out?
The sprints, yeah,
Wow.
it's fast. Ow. Jeez. What are you doing?
I'm washing the board.
This is what teamwork and lack of efficiency is all about. We don't condone violence. Ow, 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 ow.
I didn't even touch you.
Ow.
We don't condone violence.
Ow.
We don't. We absolutely do not. Honestly, how much should I study for the ACT? Honestly, it depends on where you're at right now. You should take a diagnostic and see where you're at.
She's taking the test on Saturday.
I'm
So-
sorry. I thought that was Ring Matthews that said that.
Yeah.
Honestly, how much should I study for the ACT?
You should study honestly, for sure. Dishonest studying doesn't really help you too much. I would say that Friday night, review some, last little concepts. Make sure you have, you can put programs in your calculator. So you can look those up, look up ACT program download for whatever calculator you have. Try to download those. That could help possibly. It doesn't take any brains on your part aside from figuring out how to download it.
Yeah, Hono. What kind of calculator do you have? Private message me. I've got a file I can send you. That's a pretty good program if you have the right type of calculator.
And if you don't, he can still send it to you. It just won't help at all.
Right.
And then, so Friday shouldn't be a really hard working night. I would say for the next, and tonight it's kind of late now. I forget what time zone you're in. I think Hono's in East Coast, right?
I don't know.
Okay. TI-84.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I got some programs. The
Bird's got
TI-84
all of
Plus. Does anyone even have the TI-84 just by itself? They're usually Plus.
Plus what?
TI-84 Pluses. No?
I don't know.
Yeah, I got a program for you.
So Friday, don't do much. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I mean, tonight's already Tuesday. You've kind of been doing stuff. I would say do a science section tomorrow. You should do a science section. Set a timer for it to see how long it takes you. Don't time yourself.
That claims you got a 36.
Claims.
Very good.
What is the tone of the passage, or in this case, Ring Matthews' comment here?
I would say skeptical.
Skeptical?
Skeptical, reticent.
Reticent.
Yes,
Reticent.
reticent.
Very nice.
I would say I doubt it. Well, we're still using his testimonial. We didn't make it up.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, chemist. Chemist. Welcome to our office. We're going to start off with... True. False.
False.
True.
Neutral.
Your eyes are blue.
True.
Your eyes are blue.
True.
Repetition.
Oh.
Yeah, too late.
Yeah, finals are more important. Yes. Yeah, taking an ACT during finals is a tough time to prep for finals.
Chemist. We will begin.
Do one passage of each type of passage from the science section. I recommend doing that. Find some time for that. What's happening? I'll read Ring Matthews. Just do this stuff.
Very good. All right, so Mr. Chemist, or Mrs. Chemist, or Ms. Chemist, or Mr.
Or doctor.
Doctor.
Probably doctor.
Yes. Y equals x squared is the basic parabola. Okay? A parabola is this U-shaped graph. We get it because as you square something, it typically gets bigger, and the bigger the number, the bigger it's going to be when you square it. Okay? But also, negative numbers become positive when you square them because they're multiplied by themselves. So the very first point we should talk about, or just rather have, is the point 0, 0. Okay? at the point 1 and negative 1. If you square those both, you get positive 1. So we have points here and here. If we go on to 2 and negative 2, if you square them both, you get positive 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, which is a lot higher than our first point. So as we keep going, we have 3, it goes up to 9, it's kind of off the graph. We're going to get a nice little U-shaped business thing. All right? And it's going to be symmetrical. Symmetrical across the y-axis. You can fold it. It's going to match itself, okay? That is y equals x squared. All right? Now, quadratics can be just x squared terms, but they also can have x terms and just constant terms. All right? So we're descending all of the degrees, all the powers get smaller and smaller until we get to power of 0, which it might sound more complicated than it is. Basically, we can just have more terms here, bx plus c. Okay? You want to talk, or should I keep going?
Keep going.
Okay, so first thing we want to talk about is our a term. This a term controls which direction the parabola opens, if it opens upward or if it opens downward. All right, so if I have y is equal to negative x squared, I've just changed the a term from positive 1 to negative 1. This is going to take all of our y values and flip them down into the negatives. All right, so it's going to be a mirror image of what we had before, but it's now going to be negative. So it's going to look something like this. Okay. Chemist, are you still here? Is this still making sense? Factor completely. Oh, wow. All right. So we're going into it. Sounds good. Okay. 50a, is that 50a squared b to the 5th? Is that what you're saying? $50a squared b to the 5th minus 35 a to the 4th b to the 3rd. So you're asking about factoring patterns. That's the thing that's probably confusing you currently in math class. Plus 5a cubed b to the 4th. Okay. Yes. Great. So there's a bunch of factoring patterns that you can use, but before you even get to them, you want to pull out the greatest common factor from all of these things. All right? It'll simplify your life completely. So as far as just the numbers we have 50, negative 35, and 5. What do those all have in common? 5. 5 is the largest number you can pull out of all of those. So I will do that. I will pull a 5 out. Let's talk about the a terms now. We got a squared, a to the 4th, and a cubed. So the largest a term I can pull out is a squared. That is the smallest exponent that they all share. So that's also going to be pulled out. Now we have our b terms. We have b to the 5th, b cubed, and b to the 4th. The largest b term I can pull out is b to the 3rd. Okay? So your times tables need to be solid for you to be able to pull out a 5 like this very quickly. You also need to understand chemistry. Sorry, not chemistry. Your name is chemist, jeez. You need to understand exponent properties to be able to also factor this quickly. All right? So if I pull a 5 out of 50, I'm still left with 10. If I pull a squared out of a squared, I have 1. Is the answer right? Well, hold on, chemist. We'll get there. I have to do this still. Okay, clearly you want me to do this quickly and compare it to your answer. Okay, this is going to be b squared. All right, minus 7a squared plus a b. What are you doing? What are you doing, Leave?
Just did a problem for Matthew that wasn't for Matthew.
Who was it for?
It's your chemist, but I think it's a little bit too involved to talk about.
Okay. All right, so now let me put this in the right order. 5a squared, b cubed. I'm going to say this is going to be 10b squared plus ab minus 7a squared. All right, which is, it looks like it's what you got. 5a squared b cubed, 10b squared minus 7a squared plus ab. Here's the thing. There is a chance that this is further factorable, and I'm going to just see if that's the case. So we'd multiply to negative 70. You would add to 1. Is there something that does that? It's a negative or positive number that are 1 digit apart. 7, 10. No. Yeah, you're done here. There's nothing else you can pull out of both of these things. Or that all 3 of these things. You can't factor these in any kind of pattern. So that's it right there. Chemist 1902. The answer is right. What happened in chemistry in 1902?
Mary Curie was turned into Dr. Manhattan.
Is that supervillain?
Nope.
Okay.
Superhero from Watchmen. He was a naked blue guy.
I don't think his name is Dr. Manhattan.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
His name is Wrinkly McFlapsquirt.
That was my father.
Your father was a brilliant man.
In the closed circles of chemists, it's called Wrinkly McFlapsquirt.
Correct.
Got it.
Correct.
At Levi. What? So, hey, Ring Matthews, is this something you actually don't know, or are you just saying this to me?
Chemist. Okay, you want me to prove that for you? Chemist, are we just doing your homework for you? That's what it feels like. All right, so same deal. What do we pull out of all these things? They both have a 3 in them. They both have a p cubed in them. Pull that out. You're still left with p squared. You're still left with 4. All right, so 3p cubed. However, we have the difference of squares pattern here. P squared minus 4, that's a square minus a square. So we can further factor that into p plus 2, p minus 2. And that'd be the factoring completely of vanward unana. Lol, I am a doctor trying to learn math again, as well as taking the positive one as well.
Yes, but you want to. I think it's easier to take the negative of this side, generally. So break this into 3x minus 28 equals 4x, and then 3x minus 28 equals negative 4x. I think that's a little bit easier than making all of these things negative, because some people just make the middle sign negative and they forget. Just make the other side negative.
Chemist, from here to here, does that make sense? And then conversely, from here to here, breaking this up into this. Do you recognize this pattern? Do you know how to navigate doing that? Are both of these things straightforward, or would you like some clarification on one of these? Because I can go into further detail, and that detail is going to be further.
Oh god, it's so further.
Literally the most further. Alright, I don't need to have this anymore.
How you got the second one? You talking to me or you talking to Bird?
Yeah, me. I got it. Okay.
Right, this one's wrong because it's negative. Yeah. Yep.
So chemist, you've got to be very comfortable with foiling. I'm not sure if that's what it is called where you are currently learning math. But foiling is where you multiply two factors together that are both in parentheses like this. X plus 2 times x plus 4. You have 4 different multiplications you have to make. You have to multiply all of the numbers with all of the other numbers. And then this right here. So we're going to get x squared plus 2x plus 4x plus 8, which gets you x squared plus 6x. That's not a great 6. And I'm just making sure I understand where you're coming from here. Plus 6x plus 8. So this process here of multiplying, does that make sense to you? Because I'll show you where this comes from in a second. I just want to make sure that we're both on the same page. If we're on the wrong page here, then it's going to get pagey.
I saw a really cool question.
Really?
Yeah, I googled hardest ACT questions.
Yeah, I think I did. Is that Prep Scholar?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see those.
The UT one, do you remember that one?
I haven't done that one.
Oh, dude.
Is p plus 2 right? Well, oh, chemist, hold on. Yeah, p plus 2 is right, because that's a factor, so is p minus 2, so is 3p cubed. Those are all factors. But I want to make sure you understand this move right here. Are you with me on here so far? The foiling. Because you'll be able to prove to yourself if it's right or not if you fully understand. Hey, I have Prep Scholar.
You don't.
Yardish is better, though. Yay.
Wait, you pay for Prep Scholar, or
if you
you
think
just
we're
kind of read their
better,
stuff?
you should probably cancel your Prep Scholar It's a subscription. I don't
Wait,
know.
do you like pay for stuff from them, or you just kind of use their free resources?
Okay. So, chemist.
You paid for it. What did you pay for? Because I've never clicked on any of the pay for this stuff button.
Chemist, can you factor that for me?
It was $400. And what was the service that you paid for? SAT. So it was just an SAT prep course.
Tutoring, class, or what?
Was it like a pre-made course? You just kind of work your way through it?
Do they just give you the test, the SAT, and you went home?
Or was the course involved in they just give you back $400 in 4 separate installments?
Is it an online class, or is it a stream? Is it live?
They have different lessons. Okay, so it's probably just pre-recorded.
Got it. Okay. Chemist, I still expect you to do this for me. You got to factor that. I want to make sure you know this. X to 7th minus 7 squared. No tutor.
Boom!
Yes, chemist, that is what it is, but that's not, you still haven't factored it yet. You've taken a great step here, though.
Remember, the factors are... The factors, you multiply them all together to get to your final answer. So
These
you have
are
to
your
have
factors
pieces that are multiplied.
Yes. The fact that these are both squares is definitely your first step in recognition, because this is a certain pattern. You got to keep going, though. If you don't know how to keep going, then we have a conversation to have, which is what we're here for. There you go. Yeah, good. All right, I'm happy. Happy if you're happy. Everybody's happy. Literally no one is unhappy right now. What time is it?
20.
Got it. 23.
No, this is... Look at your...
It's 3 minutes? Now it used to be 2 minutes.
I told you, it's fast.
I know, but before it was 2 minutes fast. Now it's 3 minutes fast.
Yes.
Is it just getting faster?
Yes.
What? Yeah, that's weird, Levi. I don't think I like that. You know, using fresh markers is actually like something we should do all of the time because it makes our stream better. Like the whole thing looks much better if we have fresh markers. And I've always said that.
Okay.
Oh, we have a question in the Discord.
What is it, my lord?
I don't know yet, my
Is this a Hono question?
Yes, it is.
Looks like Hono's handwriting.
Yes. I like this.
Do you want to do it?
Yes, I do.
Why don't you just put it over my stuff, and I'll do this later.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I'm amenable like that. Most tutors aren't.
Very good.
Oh, boy.
Okay. A student is chosen at random from the student body of a given high school. The probability that the student selects math as a favorite subject is 1/4. The probability the student chosen is a junior is 1/16 over 4/59. If the probability that the student selected is a junior or that the student chooses math as their favorite subject is 47 over 108, what is the exact probability that the student selected is a junior whose favorite subject is math? Okay. Very good. So you have to think here that we have overlapping probabilities here. Because you can be someone who selects math, you can be someone that is a junior, or you can be someone who selects math and is a junior, okay? But these are not independent. They are mutually exclusive, okay? So you've got kind of a Venn diagram is definitely the best way to think about this. You have a Venn diagram, all right? You've got math, you've got juniors, You've got some that are not juniors that like math. You got some that don't like math but are juniors. And then you got this little sliver in the middle of math juniors. They like all that stuff. All right. Probably the student selects math as a favorite subject is 1/4. Okay. So 1/4 is not just what I put here. This entire circle is 1/4. So I'm going to put this down here. Probability of math is 1/4. All right. That whole circle represents 1/4. Probability the student selects, okay, the probability of the student chosen as a junior is 1/16 over 459. So the probability of being a junior is 1/16 over 459. Okay. Or that the student, okay, so now here's the thing that you're missing that I think is very difficult. Okay. If we say what is the probability of someone liking math or being a junior, there are 3 different categories that you could be in. You could be a person who likes math, just only math, not a junior. You can be a person that could be a junior that doesn't like math, or you can be someone who likes both, okay? So if you, let's say that it's like giving someone a deck of cards and they draw like, I'm asking, what's the probability of drawing a red card or a queen? If you draw a red queen and I say to you, did you get a red or a queen? You'd be looking at it and be like, yeah, I did. You wouldn't specify which one it is. It turns out that it's both. But getting both is part of this. It's just the way that we use the word or in logic. I know it kind of seems a little strange because usually when we say or, it's this thing or this thing. But if you get something that has both of them, that also counts under this definition. Okay? So if we have, so here's the probability that is kind of tricky to understand. Probability of m or j is equal to the probability of m plus the probability of j, which is what you usually do with or, minus the probability of m given j, or j given m. Basically, or maybe it's really the union, that's what it is. And here's why this is, m union j. The reason why it's this is if we're asking probability of m or j, we're basically saying what is completely ensconced, weird word, in both of these circles together. What is this whole area? How many kids fall in here? Okay? Probability of m is this circle here. Probability of j is this circle here. If you add them together, you've made one fatal mistake. You've just added this central part twice. You've added the central part 2 times. So you've overcounted the people in the middle. So in order to counteract that, you need to subtract that area once. That's it. Then you will have only counted it once. Okay? So they're asking what is the exact probability the student selected is a junior whose favorite subject is math. They're asking us for specifically this area here. What is that area? So now let's put everything in the right place. So what they tell us here, the probability the student selected is a junior or that they choose math. Wait, what's the difference between the union and adding them? Okay, so adding 2 probabilities together, the union is where you have kids that fall under both. All right, so union of math and union of j, that's this football right here. All right, it is not the same thing as simply adding probabilities together. For instance, if I redid this question with freshmen and juniors, and I gave you, there's 16 freshmen, there's, 18 juniors, and there's some other kids. If I said, what's the probability of F or J? Probability of F or J? You'd simply add the 2 probabilities together. Probability of F plus the probability of J. All right? There is no overcounting. There's no overlap. The union of F and J, there's no union the right point. There's no intersection. Okay, that's where you're getting this. Because it's not union, it's intersection. You're right. You're absolutely right. Which I think is this upside down U. Levi, intersection is the upside down U, right?
Yeah.
Intersection is the U for union, and then union is the U.
Is the U.
Intersection is the upside down U.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Hona. Great question. Union usually means adding 2 things together. You're right. Intersection is what this thing is right here. All right. So that's my bad. Sorry. Okay. Is that cool so far? Can I keep going now to the grand finale? Wait, so what's the answer? Neo-Socratic? been a while. We haven't done it yet. We haven't finished it. I have one more thing to do, which is the actual equation here. We now have to put in everything into this equation. Because they give us 3 of these values, the thing that we don't know is the thing that they're asking us for. Okay? What is the exact probability that the student is a junior whose favorite subject is math? That is the intersection that they're asking about. So they want us to solve it for this thing right here. All right? So P of M or J, they give us that. You circled the word or, great. That the probability of there is 47 over 108. So 47 over 108 is equal to, so that's this right here. Probability of M, we said was 1/4. I don't get how to find union intersections. Okay, hold on, let me just finish this thing. Probability of J is 1/16 over 159. And we subtract the intersection, which is what we're looking for. So you can think of this as a variable. You're just solving for this variable here. If you want to add this over to this side, subtract 47 over 108, you're going to get the probability here. Okay? Hono, do you want me to add and subtract and solve for this thing, or do you want me to go over unions and intersections? Because I can do that. Okay. Sure. Levi, can I erase this for right now?
Yes.
Very good.
I don't mind. You can erase what's about it too.
Oh. All right, so the basic premise of unions and intersections is for unions, you're just adding 2 things together. You're joining them, and you're counting them both together. Intersections is where you only find what they have in common. Okay? Basically, where do they overlap? So I'm going to give you 2 sets here. This is going to make more sense with sets of numbers. All right, so let's say that there is some set. We're going to call it set 1. And set 1 has the following numbers in it. 3, 7, 11, 5, and that's it. Okay? Set 2 is another set. I don't want to make it look like a matrix. Squiggly. Set 2 is going to be 6, we're going to say 5, 1, and 2. Okay? That's set 2. So if we are asking for the union of set 1 and set 2, we are basically just going to put them together and create a new set. Okay? So that right there is going to be, okay. We have a 3, we have a 7, we have an 11, we have a 5. Okay? Considering that they both have 5 in them, we do not need to write it twice. Levi, come up here for a sec.
Okay.
Set 1 has these 4 numbers.
Yes.
Set 2 has these 4 numbers.
Yes.
They both share 5.
Yes.
So if I join them in a union, do I write 5 once or twice?
I think once.
Right? Because
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
like overcounting the middle part.
Yeah.
Right?
Mhm.
Okay. 5, 6, 1, and 2. Okay? You add them together, or you put them together, and you make sure not to overcount anything that they have in common. That is a union right there. An intersection is finding the things that they have in common, and that is all that you write.
Oh, no, I'll go.
Sure. So if you're in the intersection of these 2 things, it's only going to be 5 because that is the only place that they intersect.
You still need to talk?
Yes, I think they might. Okay, so S1 intersection with S2 is going to be 5. Oh no, is this making sense? It's what do they have in common, if anything. And if they have nothing in common, then the intersection is just 0. Not really. Awesome. That's what I like to hear. Okay.
Can I get rid of this stuff?
Yeah. Visually. See, we have a graph. Here's a shape. Here's a shape right here. We're going to call this shape A, call this shape B. If we want to find the union of these things, it's just both of them. That's it. All right? We add one set and we add another set. The new set we just created just has both of them in it. That's the union. We don't need to join them to this, together. It's like we just did by considering a new set A and B together. That is the union. Okay? Conversely, if you have some shape C and then some shape over here D, the intersection is oh geez, it doesn't really affect the board. The intersection is exactly what you think it is. It's where they intersect. It's this thing right here. That's the intersection. It's just what they have in common, is the intersection. All right, that's why we have intersections of roads. These two roads suddenly have something in common, which is this little square where cars are going in both directions, perpendicular to each other. All right? Intersection is what they have in common. Union is just both of them together. Nice. There you go. There you go.
It is 9:30.
Is it?
It's past.
Oh no. Show me some signs of life. I mean, if this is not making sense, we can talk over a couple other ways to think about this.
Well, hold on a second. No, not really to having questions.
No. I said, is this making sense? Here is one other way to think about this. One other way. Okay? I'm screwed for this. You're not screwed. Deck of cards. Everyone loves decks of cards. All right? Deck of cards has 13 cards. Wow. Every suit has 13 cards. Deck of cards has 52 cards. Oh no. What is the set of red cards? How many red cards are in that set? That's all I want from you. How many red cards are in the set of red cards? Yeah, 26. Good. All right, there's diamonds, there's hearts, and then there's all the cards in there. Great. All right. Then there's the queens. Communist hiding among the cards. Interesting. Then there are the queens. How many queens are there? What's the set of queens? How many are there? Four. Exactly. All right. If I asked you to join these two sets, the red cards and the queens together, would there be 30 in total? Why or why not? Right. There's red queens. How many would be in the set of red cards and queens? I'm sorry, the total set. You're thinking of the intersection. I'm asking for the union of them. If you have a big set of all the red cards and queens, how many cards are in that? You're only thinking of how many red queens there are. I'm telling you to merge these two sets together. You got a friend. There's no friend. Okay, you're on your floor in the kitchen with all the cards in front of you, and I say, hey Hono, gather all of the red cards and all of the queens into one stack. How many are in that stack? All the red cards, all the queens together. Well, you're not counting. I think, okay, the confusion you're having here is you think that only can be red queens. There are two black queens in the list as well. If we get all the red cards together, yes, there's already two red queens in there. But if I'm telling you to get all of the queens and all of the red cards together into one grouping, there are two queens, two black queens that you're not counting, you got to bring them in. Because I'm telling you, we want to join together all of the red cards and all of the queens. It's okay, Hono. Hono, is there a test coming up soon? I mean, here. Hono, you already answered the question, how many red queens are there? You said there are 2 red queens. Great. How many black queens are there? 2, good. Getting rid of the 2 red queens, how many red cards are there? Yeah, okay. Let's look at this for a sec. All right. We have an overlap here. If you look at just the red circle, there's a total of 26 cards in the red circle. All right, because we have these 2 are also in the red circle, so forget about the whole queen circle in general. We have a total of 26 red cards. It just so happens to include 2 queens in it. That makes sense. If you look at the number of queens in that circle, there are 4. Forget red. There are 4 of them, 2 of which happen to be red, but we have 4 total queens. Okay. If you look at everything now, so now just think of this whole shape. How many cards are included in that whole shape? How many cards would we have represented by this? 28. That's what I'm looking for. That is the union, all right? You don't want to overcount the cards that are both red and queens. You just want to count how many are just red, how many are both, and how many are just queens. You count those all together and you get the total list of cards that fit under the description red or queen. If you want to be red or queen, you could either be red and not queen, you could either be queen and not red, or you could be both. If you are a red queen, you still fall under the description of red or queen. This does not mean only red or only queen. You're allowed to be both and still fit under red or queen. So what I drew here, this green outline represents the union of red and queen. And there are 26 cards in there. But the intersection is only the overlap between them. Our intersection with queen is only asking how many of, you gotta satisfy both. You gotta be red and queen. The intersection is this little football, which is 2. Hopefully this makes a little more sense. Levi and I have to go to bed because we're growing boys. 28. I'm sorry. Oh, geez. After all of that. Ugh. Yes. Red or queen is 28. Yes. Okay. So, okay, to wrap this all up, we said that red was 26 and queens was 4. All right? We don't realize until we really map this out that there are 2 that they share. So if you're asking for red or queen, you're asking for that number which you finally found was 28, right? That is the overlap. That's not the overlap. That is the union of them is 28. You'd think it'd be like, oh, 26 plus 4 is 30, but you'd be overcounting the queens. So the way that you find out the value of red or queen is you add the red, you add the queen, but then you subtract those that are both, which is the intersection of red and queen. So red, we got 26. Queen, we got 4. But we have to get rid of this overlapping section because if we counted it, we'd be counting First off, we have red, which is this entire circle. All right, red is this entire circle, including the overlapping part. So when we say red, that's that whole circle. And then, if we count queen, we're counting this whole circle. You see what just happened? I just counted the middle part twice. So as long as I subtract that middle part, then I'll only have counted it once. This is where 28 comes from.
If you need some additional help, you can always PM us, and we can do some FaceTime or Skype tutoring. Otherwise, I think it might be time. Thanks for the stream.
Have a good night, everyone.
Oh no, there's lots of videos online that will explain this. So I mean, Khan Academy has some, YouTube has some, Levi's off camera. You know, like, we love that you use this as a resource, but we can only do so much. So like, there's always resources that are available 24/7 that you can check out. And maybe some of them will be, there's some great visuals in math that like we can't really draw that well on such short notice, but there are like animations that people make to show you this. Levi, is this Bayes' theorem?
Who?
This.
No. Bayes' theorem is the A given B stuff.
Okay, yeah. All right, let me get rid of this thing right here.
Have a good night, everybody. We're here through Friday.
Yep,
Should we tell them?
sure.
Probably break the news.
Yeah, so this Friday is a cram session, and then Levi and I will be taking a couple of weeks off.
We're going on vacation
Yes,
separately.
separate vacations. There's not an ACT or SAT for a little while, so we don't feel that bad about doing this. But we hope / pray / beg. Yeah, oh no. Ring Matthews just gave you exactly what to look up for. Yeah, good, okay, so
Nice. Wait, we are too.
maybe we'll see it.
We have a lot in common.
You guys should be friends. Friends have things in common. Yeah, Levi's going to leadership camp.
Yes.
Camp full of leaders.
And
Military
ships.
camp, to be honest. And ships. Oh, military camp. Hopefully they get you all in
Roxy.
order and marching, and this is the saddest part. Oh, Neosocratic.
Neo.
Well,
Neo, if you get sad.
repress and dissociate. That should do it.
Yeah.
I'm originally from Chicago. I'm going to be in Chicago for a couple weeks, just kind of hanging out with the fam, doing ACT stuff, just in general, crushing it. Yeah, wait, isn't that what a sociopath does?
What were we talking about?
Repressing and dissociating.
No, because sociopaths don't have to repress stuff, I think. Oh, wait,
Yeah.
no, that's a psychopath.
No. They're somewhat interchangeable. They've
Yeah.
kind of gone in and out of fashion.
Right,
Yeah.
sociopaths like fashion, but they're psychiatrists who like fashion. That's what a
That is
sociopath
not at
is.
all. No.
Oh.
Yeah, they don't feel remorse, so they have nothing that they need to repress and dissociate from. Whereas Levi and I feel remorse for all sorts of things. Can I take over the stream? Very good, Ring Matthews. Well done.
No!
That would be fun for everyone.
Yes.
Kind of.
We can still post in the Discord. We'll answer.
Noidish intern.
The
Hey,
Noidish intern.
you have to grow our stream substantially. We might need an intern someday.
We might need an intern.
We might need an intern.
Yeah.
Can you imagine someone being an intern for us? That'd be a disaster.
We would just make fun of them all the time.
Oh my god, it'd be terrible. This is not a healthy work environment.
No.
Levi is HR for
So
me,
unhealthy.
and I'm HR for Levi.
Exactly. So when Bird is mean to me, I have to go to HR, and it never works out.
Because it's me.
Yeah.
I'm Bird.
Do you understand how that doesn't work for us?
Go.
Dude,
That was it. Oh, dude, we gotta go.
no, it's 20 minutes early.
No, it's not. And if it was, it'd be 10:10.
If it were. Subjunctive, dude.
What did I say?
If it was. Right. We just don't want to go. That's the problem with us finishing stream. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.